you're not going to be having the best of times either. You know, pair that with a Poco, load of heals to both Nita and Ashe. It's going to be so difficult to defend this. They're going to go with the Rosa to round out their composition though. So definitely brings some unfriendly bushes, stops them in the tracks a little bit more, which I don't mind.
All right. Our brawlers are locked in. Gentlemen, we're about ready to head into the match here, but I want to get your impressions of these completed rosters before we do. What do you think?
I think it's like 60-40. I think Eternal Fire, they have some chances in the early game, but as you mentioned, when those hypercharges and those bears start to come down, I think that kind of spells the beginning of the end for Eternal Fire. So I'm going to go with Reply Totem for this one.
Yeah, I feel the same way. As you say, they definitely kind of put themselves in a bit of a corner early on. So Reply Totem, I think I'm on their side.
Well, let's find out how it goes heading into the game.
Kicking this off the second quarterfinal of the day. On the left side here, we've got Busco on this Otis going up against Angel Boy. He is dropping pretty low, but quite a lot of pressure he's exerted. The ball is moved onto this left side.
There's a lot of DPS left now that, well, I suppose not a lot of DPS end of, to be honest with you. They're moving this ball forward, and this should be a walk from Nob here. Even Mebius is going to get a little power up and a couple more shots in there as well. We do see Angel Boy with these rats now. Might be able to do something against the Surge, but gotta want this right matchup, and Nob might be there to help him out. That's exactly what it is. All of them got instantly.
Yeah, shifting over to the right side, Angel Boy, his eyes are on Tamibi. A heal spice up from Mori, both of them getting extremely low. Not barely, almost gets out, but falls to Angel Boy. Now turning his eyes on Tamibi as the aggression from that bear is out. The ball pushing forward, and Reply Totem, Hypercharge is ready from Angel Boy. It's looking painfully close to a goal, Trav.
Yeah, real nice bear, fat splatter, sorry, from Busco there to kind of stop them. But now the hypercharge comes forward from Angel Boy. Look how many rats there are as well. So much damage on Busco there. Nob choosing not to use the super, and the ball should be pushed forward, and this should be a goal. Nice little walk in there from Mori, just wanting his teammate to get another bear. And Maru doesn't find any more connecting shots, so we'll still be on that same amount, and a lot of supers and a lot of hypercharge from Eternal Fire.
Yeah, this is the one shot Eternal Fire have. They have a big tempo advantage right now with all these hypercharges. Positionless is looking good as well. Hypercharge flies out here from Nob, throwing it out there, but repelled there by two hypercharges coming out from the side of Reply Totem. And the dust settles, and Totem stand out on top.
Might be able to get this goal in, but Busco just comes off spawn at a good time. Nice respawn time in there from Busco. Not sure if that was really intended or if he just went down at the right time and got a bit lucky. Maru holding this grass firm, waiting for Ashe to come back out and extend this range. Ooh, screeching solo there for Mori. Will get Nob killed off. Busco being pinched in now, sorry, and Angel Boy managed to get some more rats. Hey, almost chooses to use that super and waste it. Does carry on. Mebius fall down and waste that level 3. Got a couple connections, just shouldn't be far off another one. And the stun's going to be there too, along with the screeching solo and heal with the hypercharge from Mori. Everything's coming down and all odds stacked against them, but they hold on a little bit longer.
Yeah, with only 12 seconds on the clock, a hypercharge bear is coming out. This should be the end for Eternal Fire, and the goal comes in from Maru. A nice stun, and GG goes game number 1 to Reply Totem.
Well, it was a strong performance. They didn't start off the best. They definitely on the back foot. But as soon as they started to get in a bit of that grass control and those unfriendly bushes started to wind down and get some control back for themselves, it seemed like a firm grip on the game for Reply Totem. They've just got to be a bit more wary in this early game, I feel, and not kind of drop that early goal.
Yeah, they got to watch out for that early matchup. Busco's positioning on this Otis is key here. Angel Boy is going to be trying to dodge out as much as possible. And right now, Nob, he's going to be making that first move here, exposing his position, but that's going to let Totem decide how they want to respond. Unfriendly Butchers do come out, and the first takedown of the game, it's a trade between Mebius and Angel Boy.
Well, Mori starting to go for Nob here and should be able to get the kill along with Maru pinching round, but almost doesn't. And a screeching solo and a heal forced out. Absolute overkill there from Mori, but they got the job done in the end. Mebius waiting to level up to level 3 here. Doesn't see Angel Boy in this grass, and he's evading well. Gets the jump up as well, but that's going to be a level 3 wasted once more. And just an unnecessary death, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, it's really hard, the Surge versus this Ashe matchup. It's not a matchup that these players would be familiar with because it's been so long. Hypercharge is coming down here from Angel Boy. Look at all those rats coming in, but Nob is on the aggressive. The position is a little bit split right now. Angel Boy may have had a chance there to get a little bit more aggressive, but kind of opting to back off there because of Busco. Meanwhile, on the right side here, Mebius does get a nice takedown, weaving the shots between. And the trades fly out. Nob is going to go aggressive here onto Mori. Angel Boy's thinking about trying to get a goal in, but he's just biding time for his team to return.
Star boy Angel Boy over here is really putting in some work, keeping Totem in a aggressive position and allowing them to get a hold of this bush once more. Just never-ending respawn cycle from Eternal Fire that's preventing this goal, and a nice little mute there coming through. This should be pinched in, and Ash does get the takedown heal as Mori comes out the back end of that mute as well. And an aggressive push from Angel Boy with this hype charge might be able to get him down. He mispasses the ball, has to super it to the side, and I think that's still surely going to be a goal unless Buzzco can get super. Actually, Nob on the back foot just runs back. The Totem's still in a very demanding position here. Bear in front of it as well, and Mebius choosing to try and not feed and use his last 38 seconds to get a return goal.
It was almost a miraculous defense there by Eternal Fire, but there's just too much tempo that they've given up. The respawn cycles, as you mentioned, were so strong. Not going to come in here with a big shield and the hypercharge, though. Double kill for him already. Eternal Fire, they've run it over, and the ball is going to be slotted in to an empty goal.
I mean, Reply Totem just, they were choosing to play the defense, but we're just, blissfully unaware of the Rosa sneaking down that side with the hypercharge. And another one now as well. Going to be powering on forwards. Hypercharge is going to be used by the Poco. Shield not provided to Angel Boy because he didn't have the health for it. Now Mute's coming through, but a breakaway for Maru. Maybe it's going to have to run back and stop that in its tracks, but he gets the kill, gets the hypercharge Bear. He's moving on. What a beam, though, from Buzzco, stopping them once more. An EF on the back foot, and only a Poco to hold them back as well.
Yeah, it's a Poco, but it is a pretty big Poco. A nice positioning up front. Second Squishy Shoulder going to be coming out, taking down Mebius. The hypercharge from Maru is strong. Angel Boy will trade out, though. It's only Buzzco against the world. He needs to ward off Reply Totem from that ball.
Well, Mebius coming out of spawn now, has a super in hand, but Maru's got to be looking for a super here and gets it. There's an opening, and the shot to the right-hand side will go in. Reply Totem take set number 1.
Two strong games there from Reply Totem. So aggressive, as you guys called out. Looks like Eternal Fire really struggled to even leave their half of the field. And you talked about it being difficult for them early based on the draft, but how did that play out exactly?
I mean, to be fair, they seemed pretty okay. They had their moments. They started game 1 really strong and, miraculously kind of bounced back in game 2 there as well. We were kind of expecting, okay, 35 seconds on the clock. There's not really enough time for them to get round, but Nov really putting a bit of a shift towards the back end of that second game to get them in a good position. But once that overtime hit and Mebius didn't have stacks and the respawn cycle was just being forced out of them by Reply Totem, they were in a much stronger position, and that's why they won the set.
Yeah, I'd say Eternal Fire, their roster is really very contingent on that synergized push, which when you saw it in that moment, they basically melted the entire team. If you can get it, it's great. But on the other hand, Totem, they scale on more of just a simple timing with both of their supers up. And with Rosa being the matchup of choice that they gave, unfortunately, they're in a position where they just keep giving Totem all their win conditions. And so it's a lot easier for Totem to execute.
Well, that definitely panned out. Reply Totem 2-0 in that first set, but we're moving on now, and we got another draft coming up and a whole nother set to play. Gotta get all the way through this match to figure it out, and I'd love to go the distance between these two teams based on how you described them being evenly matched.
Yeah, no, I would as well, but we are up onto Safe Zone next.